Welcome to Frog TV's FAQs. I'm Adam Baker. Guys, each week I'm answering one more of your frequently asked questions, and our travel consultants are helping get the best answers over to you. If you have a question for us or a question or query about this video, let me know in the comments box below and we'll get straight back to you. This week's question: which airlines fly direct to Costa Rica and where do they fly from in North America? Let's find out. Can you tell me a little bit about the airlines that fly directly into San Jose, and from which cities can you find these direct routes and the most popular airlines? Justin.
So I'm going to be much more familiar with the southern area. So out of Orlando, you've got JetBlue flying nonstop into San Jose. You've got out of Fort Lauderdale, you've got Spirit and JetBlue flying nonstop. Out of Miami, you have American flying nonstop into San Jose and Liberia. Nice. Then when you get over into Texas, you've got Dallas and Houston, two big hubs. They have nonstops into both airports. And then also Newark.
United.
Yeah, with United and American Airlines. The American Airlines flight has terrible flight times, but it is nonstop. That's out of Dallas. And then also out of Newark, you have United that flies nonstop into both. And then I'm not too familiar on the West Coast. I really know the southern.
I like it. You're like a one-man Rolodex for flight information. You just throw it out there.
Absolutely. That's my side gig.
In the Southeast. And then what about on the West Coast? Well, what's happening in the current travel times? Sebas, Jake, LAX, what are we talking?
I do know, and because I normally don't remember everything. That's the advantage that I'm not from the States, so I get really easily lost over there. But I do know that from Chicago, we have a direct flight into, I believe it's Liberia. So that's also a very good compliment for a lot of customers. It's like a 5.5-hour flight.
There are nonstops out of LAX with Delta.
I think it's
and then
Delta.
Also, I believe Alaska Airlines just picked up their route again.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And it's fantastic to see a lot of these airlines coming back. You know, there was a pause briefly, but now as it really starts to open up, the States gets the vaccinations rolled out. And Costa Rica, as I say, is welcoming a lot of tourists. That's all good news.
Well, they do fly in from several cities. I mean, the most common is, from Delta. It's a hub in Atlanta. So Delta flights come down from Atlanta every day. United's coming down from Houston. American's coming down from Dallas, from Miami, from New York. JetBlue's flying from a bunch of different, from their hub airports as well. Alaska Airlines was flying down direct from LAX. And I'm trying to think, well, actually, Delta in high season has a direct flight even from my home state of Minnesota into Liberia, a daily service. So you can escape the frozen tundra direct to Liberia all winter long.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's good to see a lot more airlines coming back and coming back quite quickly. I've noticed.
Airlines have all their planes parked and just ready to increase flights as soon as demand increases. So what we've been seeing is that more and more flights have been added to their schedules recently.
Fantastic. Guys, before I leave you, Melanie, maybe you could go first. That'd be interesting. What questions have you been asked most commonly in the last couple of months as people get used to traveling again?
Well, I think you've covered most of it, but the COVID thing is always the first question. So just understanding what the requirements are to get in, to get out. Flights is usually the next question. A lot of airlines are resuming their flights. And I mean, I live close to the airport, so I see more and more planes coming in and out, which is great. It was so weird being here and not seeing flights every day. One of the crazier parts of COVID itself. Let's see, what else have I been asked? Yeah, just generally what places are open, is it normal? Am I going to get there and not be able to do anything? But pretty much, everything is open. The tours are running. The hotels are ready to welcome people. We're ready to welcome people. So,
It's funny you mentioned that. I was actually in the pool on Saturday at Villa Buena Onda in Playa del Coco, and 4 flights came in over the space of an hour and a half. I can't even remember into Liberia, so many flights coming in. And I was literally looking up thinking, wow, we're back. This is, it's a strange feeling. Anastasia, have you had any other random questions aside from the usual, testing and the airlines and what's it like?
No, I think what Melanie was saying was right about what is it like? What is the vibe? How are people acting? Do you feel safe? Do you feel like you're going to get sick? Are people being respectful? space and stuff. And I do think that I feel like Costa Rica's done just a very, very good job at making everybody feel safe. Certainly, you're not doing the little kiss hello anymore. There's a little bit more personal space on the bus and at restaurants and on the beach and things. So I think a lot of people have just been pleasantly surprised by like, wow, it feels normal, and people aren't losing their minds. Everybody's just kind of out, live and let live, and taking care of themselves and assessing their own risks. And it's just very pleasant, and it's nice to be able to tell them that that's how things are going down here.
The most common question that I've been getting, it might surprise you, is, am I going to have to wear a mask on the zip lines?
Yeah.
And the answer to that is no. You don't. The guides wear masks, but you don't have to wear masks on zip lines or on whitewater rafting. A little uncomfortable.
Yeah, the whitewater rafting. Yeah, no tours I've seen have been people doing that.
But the guides too, even on the whitewater rafting.
Yeah, that's good news. Well, so overall, I think it's a thumbs up from all of us. Literally coming back and coming down to Costa Rica. We're all very fortuitous for sure being here, and hopefully we can get more people to come down very soon. So there we go, guys. I hope you found those responses helpful. If you're looking for a more detailed response, please get in touch with me and I'll help you out as best as possible. As ever, please don't forget to subscribe by clicking just here to stay in touch with everything Costa Rica related and new content every week. For FrogTV, from all the travel consultants and myself, Adam Baker, hasta la próxima.